13s, 14s. That's reasonable. I want to turn my closed loop on, but I want to take care of these spark plugs first. So let me jump out. I'm going to pull the spark plugs out, see what kind of condition they're in. Again, I suspect that's probably our whole issue we have going on right now. And if I can get new spark plugs, I'll put them in. If not, I'll try to clean what I have here and we continue on. These were fresh when everything was installed. They really don't have any miles, but again, they can get fouled out. Being a colder spark plug and being started multiple times, from a cold start, it naturally would be running rich. That map sensor was off. That also was making her run extremely rich, so the spark plugs definitely took a hit. Let me go fix them and then we'll continue on here. Okay, so I just got back in from taking all the spark plugs out of the engine and they were completely fouled out. In fact, I have one of them, number 1 cylinder, coming up on the screen right now. You can see it's completely pitch black, and that's not because we fired it off and it was running a little rich. That wouldn't be enough to go in and fouled out. It was probably ran like that for at least an hour or two, running super rich air fuels. And again, that was because the map sensor was actually bad. The map sensor was completely off. Instead of reading 0 PSI on key on here, I was seeing it was showing something like -6 on key on when I first got the car here. We ended up having to take that plug and play map sensor off and put a AEM 3.5 bar on and wire it in. So that was definitely affecting everything, and that's why it fouled out. So the spark plugs now are cleaned. I actually cleaned them. A lot of times with spark plugs, if they're brand new, in fact, these were not even probably 2 miles on them, they're all sooted up. The only way to really clean them is I take a propane torch and I put the spark plug on the end of the magnet, and then I actually just literally burn the carbon off the spark plug. I'm only focusing the heat onto the porcelain and onto the actual ground strap area, and you'll watch as you heat it up and run it enough with enough heat, you'll watch all the carbon actually burns off of the ground strap, off the base circle of the plug, and off all of the ceramic and porcelain. Everything's going to be completely burned off with any kind of carbon that was on it, and they essentially look brand new again. Now, I only do this to spark plugs that I know have been fouled out with fuel and that aren't broken down by being in the engine for 10,000 miles and they're having a problem. Those I would replace, but I didn't want to have to replace these spark plugs since they were basically brand new, so I simply just cleaned them. I cleaned all of them, put them back in, and that's where we're at right now. Let's go and fire it up. We should find it runs completely different. I wasn't even able to really drive it very well. It was just breaking up constantly with having the spark plugs fouled. So let me fire it up here. Immediately fires off. Now, a couple things about this. We're going to find that the air fuel, it was previously reading 8.5 air fuel. The wideband, for the first few seconds of operation, it has to come online, and it reads a default value of 8.5. Notice what the air fuel is reading. I made no changes to the actual air fuel. We can see now it's in the 15s. Might even trickle into the 16s here. Having fouled out spark plugs can affect the combustion on the engine. And thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here. And you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.